Discovering Thailand, and welcome to the live stream here from Chiang Mai as I just try to fix my camera here that doesn't want me to stream horizontal for some reason. So let me just try and see if it'll let me. Nope, it won't. Okay, there we go. It's okay, we can do this. There we go. It's funny, isn't it? When you try to do something different, YouTube doesn't agree with you. There we go. Bit of a technical challenge there, but we're good now. Slide that along, get the camera straight, and we'll be good to go. There we go, I think we're good now. Alright, okay, welcome. So, good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are on this planet of ours. I am in Nong Hoi, which is a province, or not even a province, but like a small suburb of a province, just south of Chiang Mai. A drive or bike ride from here to the centre of the city is no more than 10 minutes without traffic, 15 with a bit of traffic. And I'm sort of south-east, and just on the other side of the Ping River. Beautiful little coffee shop here called the Meekin, that's M-E-E-K-I-N, coffee house. And definitely worth a visit if you're in the area, as apparently the young lady who works in here says she's been getting a few visitors from my channel, so that's great. So yeah, a really nice little one road area here, which is very popular with university students and families that won't live in condos, because at the top end of this street there's a lot of apartment blocks. On the left side of the road, as you go through into like a gated community, there's about 10 blocks of apartments, but on the other side of the road there's 15 blocks of apartments. So we're looking at thousands and thousands of people, and this street pretty much caters for most of them. So we're over here, and it's what time is it now? 9 in the morning, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. And things are just starting to get busy, and for quite a bit of the time on this stream I will actually turn the camera around and we can have a look at the street view happening in front of me here, in front of the coffee shop. We can watch the lady setting up, looks like she's cooking some chicken there on a little stall. We've got a mini Big C across the road, but anyway, we'll talk about that when we're having a look at it. And yeah, so say good day if you're in chat, if you haven't been on the screen before, just say hello. And I'm just going to fiddle about here and be careful not to press any buttons that I shouldn't be pressing. I had just had a really nice breakfast here, very, very cheap, too cheap if you ask me. So for less than $1.50 Australian, that is. It costs, I had a cappuccino, bacon, eggs, sausages and toast. Unbelievable. So yeah, I'm just finishing off the cappuccino here now, and I'll probably be ordering another one shortly. Yeah, but anyway. So I've done the video stream a little bit earlier than normal, by about 10 minutes. I figure that a lot of people are scheduling videos and live streams on the hour. So I thought, well, I'll just jump in before that and see if I can capture a few people that might see my live stream pop up before most people's videos and so forth go live or become available. Don't know if it'll make a difference, but anyway, I can see it's fairly quiet now anyway, so I'll probably caught people by surprise. So it's probably about in the next 5 minutes will be the normal time I would schedule. Yeah, so I'll get a show off my t-shirt. Look at this. So I got two of these t-shirts actually down in the markets where I go every day to buy food and things. And I was looking up on the rack and I thought, oh, this is great. They had the extra large. Well, actually, there was a large and an extra large, and I bought one of each. The only two we had in the store was this one and another one that's got Netflix and I think Google written here instead of this. Unfortunately, they're not sponsors of the channel, but I'm open if anyone wants to to be a part of. If they decide they want to, they can be. That would be good. Anyway, so I've got a few subjects we can talk about today and discuss. And let's see what we've got here. We're going to go through, for example, the new Thailand website, which is available for tourists coming into the country now. And they've just released that a few days ago. And it is, I've got to say, very impressive, quite impressive. I never expected to see something like that happen. With such detail in it, it's really, really good. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my last video, which was my monthly budget. And if you have any questions you want to ask about that, if you watched it, or if you have any questions money-wise over here in Thailand, you're welcome to ask. We'll talk about my new, well, yet-to-be new DJI action camera that I'm trying to hunt down, and what happened last weekend after the live stream when I went up to the DJI store at the shopping centre here to have a look at and see what I can do. But there was a bit of a delay happening on that. Progress has happened, but there's been a bit of delay, so it's okay. I can wait. I'm getting hopefully a very good deal, so you've got to wait for good things to happen, don't you? Other than that, we'll talk a bit about a subject that a friend of mine that I went and visited last week, who's the actual guy who I rent my motorbike from. And I think the link's in the description. If it's not, it will be not long after the stream. I'll make sure it is there. We were just chatting about stuff and talked about the importance of having emergency phone numbers and emergency contacts, and having your emergency contacts available in case there is an emergency. So we'll briefly touch on that subject for a bit, but we'll really talk about, I'll probably make a video on that alone. I want to go visit the tourist police here and see if I can get some input from them. There's an app you can have on the phone for the tourist police, which is quite handy. It brings up a map to show your location if you're in trouble or you've got to report any trouble. Things like that, particularly if you're a foreigner like myself in a foreign country where English is not the first language and you have to deal with things like that. So we'll talk about things like that, and most importantly too is what happens if something happens to you. How are the locals over here going to contact your contacts, find your passport in your condo and all these sorts of things. So quite a bit to talk about on that, and yeah, just a bit more detail I put here on my notes about the new Thailand website, which we'll talk about first. Okay, so we're coming up to that 10-minute mark. We should have a few more people coming in soon, and then I'll switch the camera around and we'll have a look out into the street. I can smell this chicken cooking. It smells really nice. Like I say, most places don't open. Business don't open until around 10, 11 o'clock over here. The food places open a little bit earlier, but other places you're looking at 10 o'clock. Even the big shopping centres and the Central Festival and places like that, they don't open until 11. Alright. But of course they're open till late at night, every night of the week, so that's fair enough. So there we go. For anybody who's watching the channel, the replay of the channel, please, if you'd like to, just give us a thumbs up, like the channel, and if you've got any comments below, put the comments below. I'll answer any questions you might have or anything, but it helps with the algorithm of YouTube to help get this video out and the live stream. And quite a lot of people do watch the live streams, even to the point where they might just have it playing in the background. YouTube is coming up with a new thing in the near future where they've just released information about them opening up a new thing for television. Apparently 30% of people are watching this more on TV now than they were like each year now by 30%. So they're trying to cater for the TV viewers. So now you can actually put my live streams in like what they have. They have a playlist now, but with the playlist you have it's not the same. So on TV they're going to have episodes. So it's like if you're watching a Netflix series or something like that, where you just have episodes. So you'll be able to put your videos in episodes so people can, while they're watching it, it's quite easier with a remote control to flick across with your arrows rather than trying to click links or whatever and click to watch different episodes. So I can have all my live streams listed as live streams from Chiang Mai with episode 1, 2, 3, whatever I want. Just makes it easier. So we'll see how that rolls out. That's another option there for people. Because a lot of people do like playing these things in the background, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around so you can have a look at all the action happening at the front here. Sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's not, you never know. But let's turn it around. And I apologise for the noise. We're in a cafe here, and it's not only popular with foreigners like myself, but locals come in here and they're picking up quite a bit of food, ringing ahead and getting orders. There's one nice young girl in here that is looking after all of it on her own here, and but doing good. Very nice place here to come to. All right. So what I will do is I will leave a link in the description below with a Google Maps of the location of where this is. And if you're in Chiang Mai, it's a nice spot to just come here, sit in the morning and just people watch. I enjoy people watching. Let's turn the camera around for a second. There we go. There we go. There you go. So, where was that? We had a picture, we had something. I saw your comments flash up on the screen there, and then it just disappeared, which is great. Let me see if I can get that to come back. Maybe through swiping. No. YouTube wants to mess around with me. Your post only came up in the comments on YouTube. Okay. That's strange. Anyway, it's okay. I was trying to do the YouTube stream vertical because, you know, I'm learning now that when you do live streams vertical, it goes out like a shorts video. It's available for more people to watch. So when I set this up to do this, yeah, my live didn't pop up. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's okay. So it wouldn't go vertical. It would only do the horizontal. And when I tried to switch my phone the other way around, it told me to put my phone horizontal. And I don't know. It's crazy. I'll have to figure that out somehow. Not to worry. I'll do that next time. I think because I scheduled it. I know, Gilly's there, model tank guy, good on you mate, I could trust you to be there, so that's all that matters, mate. So, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I think when I scheduled it as a vertical video, but somehow when it went live, my phone settings were the other way around. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just confusing myself. So anyway, as you can see, this is outside the Meekin coffee shop, looking down at the one single road that goes through this little suburb area of Nong Khai. And it's a very local area here. I very highly don't expect to see any other foreigner in here. Although when I came here a couple of weeks ago, I did meet one foreigner in here, and had a chat with him. But you know, this is a great spot. It'll get a little bit busy as the hour goes through as we stream. But over the road there's the mini Big C. So for those who don't know, Big C is like it's like the equivalent of an American Walmart or an Australian Coles supermarket. It's a big supermarket grocery store. And this is their mini version, and they're all over the place. Not as popular as or as widespread as 7-Eleven, but it's certainly up there with one of the big popular ones. There's a delivery truck coming in there now to get their deliveries. Now we're Sunday morning here, so things don't stop because it's Sunday. This place is 24 hours a day. So I might say I did post this link on Facebook as well as in the community tab of the YouTube page. I'm pretty not happy that why it didn't give a notification 30 minutes earlier of it going live. Like I say, I programmed this and scheduled this a day or two ago, like I usually do. But that's fine, that's okay. So yeah, down in front here we also have an ATM machine over there on the right, which people will pop in and use. That's I think that's a Capricorn bank. It's not my bank, but it's another one of the big, say, 4 banks here that are quite popular. You'll notice that here's a little thing we can do is count how many people are wearing helmets, and I guarantee you won't find many, especially here in a very local area. If you get any police down here, they're only going to be local police. They're not going to bother people with helmets, including myself, but I do wear a helmet anyway because I do the right thing. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. And just in front of me here is this lady here who's cooking some chicken that I could smell cooking earlier. Interesting to see how many customers she gets sitting there throughout the day. It's a nice day here too today. It's not too hot, that's for sure. It's probably about 26, 27 degrees at the moment. You can see it's a little bit overcast. There's a bit of blue poking through the clouds. We had some really heavy rain last night and thunder and lightning happening. So there's a bit of water around on the roads and some puddles. But it cleared up for the morning, which is good. I'm happy about that. So I managed to be able to jump on the bike and ride over here, which is really, I could have walked here. It would be like 15-minute walk, that's all. But I do like, I am going to head off after the String Up the Central Festival and go check out my progress on my DJI camera. So, all right, let's keep going. We're going to talk about this website. So there's a website you might want to type in on the side and have a quick look at. It's called Entry Thailand. And it's a very good website if you want to find out about, if you're on your way over here and you need some information. Only went live a few days ago, and it'll tell you and give you links to all the visas you need, whatever visa information, types of visas. It goes into things like what have we got? The trains. So you can do train bookings all over Thailand on this website. It'll take you to the railway website. There's also the live trains page as well that shows you a live location of all the trains throughout the whole country. It pretty much works like your arrivals and departures board at the airport. So very handy to have. They also have flights, of course, your flight details. You can go in there and check on flights incoming and that. I'm pretty sure it's only Bangkok at this stage. I don't know if it shows some of the regional airports. It also has weather. So along the page there, it shows you Bangkok weather for the week. But you can also choose all the different cities, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, Phuket, Koh Samui, wherever you want. You get all the weather forecasts live on the website as well, so that's handy. There's also apps on there. There's a tourist police app that's handy if you're coming over here to pop on your phone. I didn't put it on my phone yet. I'm going to bring out a video about that. But it looks quite handy, particularly since tourist police will be able to speak English. And it pops up a map to show where you are, so if you do need to call police either for yourself or you're witnessing something, then you can, you know how they can get your location pretty much, I think, so very handy. There was also links to the national parks. So if you want to visit national parks, you can check all the national park fees. Not all of them have fees, but some do. And also the accommodation in national parks. Although I found looked pretty expensive for some basic, pretty much little wooden cabins. They wanted like $100 a night thereabouts, and I thought that's a bit steep. But anyway. Yeah, that was a bit confusing. Also links to the actual tourism of Thailand's website as well for all their information. So really handy. Also, there was down the bottom of the page, there's tabs along there where you can search by provinces. So you could go and look at Koh Samui, the Phi Phi Islands, Chiang Mai, Korat out west, Isan, places like this, and search in those areas, and that'll take you to all the local tourist information websites for those provinces. So overall, a good thing, yeah, a very good thing. So quite handy. They also had links on there for the Destination Thailand, DTV, Destination Thailand visa, where you can do courses on stuff, and they had Muay Thai locations and places where you can, as part of getting that education type visa, you can enroll with in courses of the martial arts. I think, and different provinces where they have them as well. So there were 10 schools up here in Chiang Mai alone where you can come and learn Muay Thai as part of that Destination Thailand visa. Okay, so yeah, very, very, very useful stuff. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up as something that would be interesting. That covers that. The next thing was we'll skip the budget thing. We'll go to the camera. So my DJI camera that I went to have a look at. As you may know, the Action 5 has just been released now. I think it's available now in some places. I've seen all the videos coming out with people demonstrating it and doing reviews and so forth. But I want the DJI 5, not 5, that's the new one, the 3, okay? The DJI 3 is way up on mine. I've got number 1, the first one that came out. So it's a big upgrade for me, and it has all the features I need. The number 5 is a bit overkill for me. A lot of features on that. It's just not really worth paying the money for things that I would never use. But the big improvement I get on the number 3 would be great. So what happens is that all the ones on display, they display in the DJI store the latest and then the previous model. Well, now the previous model will be an older one, so which is number 3 and 4 was the latest. So 3 has to go. I want to buy the X demo that they had in the store, and I found out that they have not only the one on display but 2 more out the back that have never been taken out of the box. Right? So these cameras are only a year and a half old, so brand new, still in the box still. And the guy, the salesman, said I might be able to get that, 40% off or more, even though it's an X demo model, it's never been used. All right, so I'm happy with that. So that works out costing me half the price. I'm not sure what the new video camera coming out's price will be, but it's half the price of the current latest one, the number 4. So anyway, I spoke mostly about last week. Anyway, what happened was when I went there last week, there was a guy who had, the salesman didn't come into work that day. He had to, I wasn't sure, I couldn't understand whether it was he had to go to hospital, he had to see someone in hospital, or something happened and he didn't come into work that day. But the girl that was there said that she'd spoken to him and found out that it's okay because he'd spoken to management, they just hadn't got back to him yet about selling the demo models. So I am going to whip over there after this live stream this morning. I mean, like I say, they don't open till 11 a.m. over there, but I'll go over there and hopefully find out some more information and find out at least when I might be able to go in there and pick up that new camera. And along with that camera, I'm going to purchase the Mic 2, which is by DJI, which is the microphone system, which will also be really useful. So that's that with the camera update. What else we got here? The monthly budget. So I put out last week the monthly budget of my video. Turned out really popular. Quite a lot of views, lots of comments, lots of good feedback, lots of good questions. And it seems to have related to a lot of people as well, which is fantastic. So I'm really, really happy about that. I think there seems to be a lot of single guys my age heading this way, wanting, that my expenses and costs really relate to them. So that's great. But even though the people that with families and other people that are coming over to Chiang Mai or to Thailand, they have their own budgets, and now, like I said, I told them what my rent costs per month, what I get for that, what my water bill is, my electricity bill is, what my food bill is, my shopping bill is, all that sort of thing. So, from the impression that I get from all the feedback is that, this is still a very cheap place to live and to move to. Particularly since everything in the Western countries have just gone up so much in the last 2-3 years. Things in this country, in Thailand, haven't scaled up that much in price rises. I know prices have gone up a little bit here, and it's probably very much more noticeable to locals. But the prices have not gone up as much as what they have in the Western countries. So locals aren't struggling any really much worse than they were pre-COVID, I would say. I think it's still, it's still the same. But then, I've only been living here this year, so I don't really, I can't say, but I have been coming here for many, many years each year. So, I got a little bit of experience on that side of things. So anyway, that budget video, quite popular and very good. So there you go. Now, the emergency contacts, that sort of rolls in with the tourist police thing I talked about. But like I was mentioning, I was sat down having a coffee. My friend over there at the motorcycle hire place where I rented mine, talking about one of his customers that rents a bike off him was unfortunately involved in a fatal accident. He was a German fella that, he was killed on a motorbike that hit one of his motorbikes that he'd rented him. And the only contact details that the emergency services at the scene could find was the registration details and the rental contract from the bike, which he tells people to keep with the bike, stick it in a plastic bag under the seat in the bike. So they found and recovered that, and then the police contacted him to find out if he had any more information. And obviously when you rent a bike, you leave your passport number and your name and contact number, so the police were interested to find out about that. Basically so they could contact his family and find out where he lives to check on his belongings and so forth. He was on his own here as far as they knew. So anyway, he sorted this all out, and I'm going to make a video about this because it sort of ties in with another thing I'll mention a little shortly, but we'll go through it briefly. So he ended up getting the guy and bringing, he went to the police and helped them out, and they found out where the guy lives. So, and then of course when the police went in there, they managed to recover his passport and personal items and things, and then contact details were fortunately recovered from, because the guy, his phone was gone. They never found his phone at the scene or back at his residence, so they had no way of contacting anyone, but his next of contact was left on the rental agreement. So fortunately there was a relative back in Germany, so my friend ended up contacting them to let them know the bad news that he'd passed away and so forth. And anyway, it was a bit of a runaround and all this sort of thing going on. It was just lucky that he'd rented a bike and left this information with him as part of the rental agreement, because that's what brings me to the next point, is what if you didn't? Or what if something happened to you and your bike isn't around? It wasn't a bike accident, it was something else. You could have a heart attack somewhere, you could have another sort of accident somewhere, anything could happen. We as expats don't walk around carrying our passports. As a tourist you might. You don't need to. The best thing to do is take a photo of it and keep it on your phone. But, most people have got a fingerprint scan to access the phone anyway. So police are going to want to know, be able to help out. Now, from what I found out is when police go around to your place and get access to your condo, wherever you're residing, they'll go in there and have a quick look around for stuff, but they're not going to go to a huge amount of trouble looking for things, and they'll only take, who knows what they're going to take. I'm not pointing fingers or anything, but so the suggestion is, we recommend, and it was recommended to me, and I thought I'll put this into a video, is to get yourself a piece of A4 paper and one of those zip seal plastic bags, and in a nice thick marker pen, write down on that piece of paper your next of contact in the country you're from, your parents' phone number and names, your sisters or brothers' details. Put that on there. Write your passport number on there, an expiry date on this piece of paper. Put that information, put it in the plastic bag, zip it up, and stick that somewhere that can be seen if somebody was to walk into your condo. Okay, so in my case, it's up on a shelf facing out and and in red writing on the packet, because I've done this, I did this, I thought it was a great idea, is important information. And anybody who walks in my condo is going to see that, and straight away they'll have all the contact details, they'll have my passport details, and so forth. And that makes it easier for emergency personnel to get on with their job and do what they've got to do. But we'll go into more information. I want to visit the tourist police and find out what their rights are, how they can help you, what areas they can help you with, and the process if you get into trouble for some reason, or you need to report something. So there we go. The first is that. I was going to say, I thought I saw it. No, it's another Thai person that's very light skinned. So there we go. I thought I'd seen another foreigner. No, still just me. So I'm still here, guys. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing a video on that subject, as well as like I did with the railway station here and arriving or departing from it. I'm going to do one on the airport here as well. Get some current up-to-date information on when you arrive or depart from here. Okay. Also, what else we got to say here? But that's it. That's all that's on my list. My God, how about that? How long have I been talking? Half an hour. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So. I'm still on my first cappuccino, which is good. But I'm always open to subjects from other people as well. So the one with emergency contacts and things like that, there are phone numbers that you should have in your phone as well, which I'm guilty, I haven't got them, but there are some emergency numbers. Now, I don't know if whoever answers your call is going to be able to speak English or not. I would assume they would be able to speak English, but I'm going to find all that out, because like there's a lot of accidents and things happen here in Thailand, and if you see an accident on the road, even though you may not be able to physically help or whatever and go across there, you need to be able to just at least call the ambulance, or the police or something, I'm sure that someone local probably will too. It's hard to say, but at least you can do something. Or if something happens and no one's around, you need to have emergency contact, or even for yourself if something were to happen. There's a policeman just riding past on the bike then, which is something I just noticed is not very common, is seeing a motorcycle police officer riding without his partner on the back. Over here it's quite popular for the police to actually, they have their off-sider on the back of the motorbikes, and there's always usually two on a motorcycle. So, also not far from here is a very big provincial police station here. But other than that, they're all fine. And most police speak a little bit of English if you don't speak any Thai, so it's not the end of the world. But of course, tourist police are a different thing. So I'm not sure how much tourist police, what their area covers, whether it's just, for instance, Chiang Mai have a tourist police station, from what I've been made aware of, in the old city, in the walls of the city. But will they come to the help or be of aid to you if you're outside those walls, or a few kilometres away, or where I am, 15 minutes south? I'm not sure. So these are sort of questions I'll put together and put to them, and ask them, and see if we can get a video out of that about it. More information is what it's all about. So yeah. So I'm really, gosh, it's a real shame. I don't know why YouTube did not put out the notifications. I'm really not happy about that at all. We've only just had 1 or 2 people in the whole stream. It's, you know, we're usually up around 20 or 20 to 30, so that's a shame. Maybe I should schedule another stream during the week. Maybe I should do that. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. All 2 of you that I can see are there. Yeah, that's amazing. I do one during the week, live stream. Probably do that. Anyway, we'll find out. But you know, I don't want to call it quits yet because it's too early for me to head off to the shopping centre. They're not open till 11 o'clock. So I'm really just got to fill in a bit more time. I've had a really good breakfast here, so I'm happy with that. And it's getting a little bit busier out there, as you can see. You know, there's a fellow down there walking around. He's probably collecting aluminium cans that they can cash in here. Plastic and aluminium cans. They have a big recycling centre. And a lot of people walk around the streets or ride with motorbikes and sidecars just stacked up with these hessian bags full of plastic that they've collected off the streets and everywhere. So I guess it helps keep the place nice and clean, which it really is. I mean, you're only seeing a small part of the street out there, but there's not a scrap of rubbish anywhere on the ground, and that's pretty much the case for most of Thailand. Although I must admit, a few years ago, I do remember coming along on the train and looking at all the rubbish coming into Bangkok beside the railway tracks. It was quite filthy. Maybe they've cleaned up that a bit. So anyway, let me turn around the camera to see my ugly mug for a bit. Oh, there we go. I'll scare you all. Didn't realise how close I was. Let's back off a little bit. There we go. So yeah, there's our coffee shop here, the MEEKINCOFFEE shop here. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description if you're around here. It's a nice spot to sit and watch what's going on around and see life go by. You think so? Another live stream? I think so too. Yeah, I might do one, say, I'll give it 2 days between. We'll do it on a weekday at the same time as well. I think we'll stay with the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. Might go an hour earlier. Let's try about 8 AM on Tuesday my time, which would put it PM in the US and a little bit earlier at night in the UK. I've also noticed that in the UK their times, daylight savings times are changing. So that'll be good. We'll be able to, that means I'll be streaming an hour earlier over there every day. So that's great. Alright, let me just turn this camera back around. There we go. And checking the time, 9:35. And I tell you what, I forgot my glasses as well. That's another thing I've got to remember. Make a note of that. Wear my glasses. I can read chat okay. It's okay. Fantastic. And I need to work out this vertical streaming thing as well. What I could do is, there is a way of popping up doing like a test stream, so you can like stream and set it to private, so it's not going live to everyone. And then I can just see how the camera sets up and how it streams and make sure it streams vertical like I want it to. Yeah, I saw that, mate. Yes, I saw that message pop up, so I'll take a look at that shortly after the stream. Yeah, so let's just spin it around a bit more. There we go. What I'm really looking for is a nice coffee shop somewhere that allows me to be in stream with a lot of stuff going on in the background behind. That would be handy as well. So I'd like, so it just gives people the chance to look at what's going on. Somebody suggested I do, well, it's a bit of a commitment, but daily weather reports on a live stream. What do you think of that, Jill? What do you think of that? Doing daily weather reports. So I could hop on here at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 in the morning, from a location like this, and then I could just read off all the weather reports of all the different cities and provinces around Thailand. Just let it go for a half hour, and I think after a while people would get familiar with it, and then they might just tune in and go, especially people who are planning to travel, that are in Thailand wanting to go somewhere or just coming here. Yeah, it is a cool spot. It's not bad. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good spot. Not too noisy. I'm looking forward to getting my new microphone. When I get this new action cam, I'll be able to use the microphone on my camera here, on my phone, which will be great. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea doing the weather reports. I mean, it'd have to be something you do daily. You couldn't do it once a week. I mean, what's the point of that? Just daily. And, I suppose you could even add to it a bit of news as well. Like what's peaking up the news at the moment? What's the, the latest news on the local front? But mostly it would be a weather thing. Yeah. I mean, not just saying, well, it's 35 degrees, but I'll talk about sunny, and we'll get it. There's some really good apps out there that give some really good information on weather, cloud cover and all that. And then and all the hot spots. That's right. You can see all the different bikes here, yeah, for sure. All the different scooters, that's right. But it's certainly a very happy place. I don't know if you just saw that. A woman go by on a motorbike with her little daughter standing on the front with bright red sunglasses on. No helmet. There's another one with kids on the front. You'll see it everywhere, like that one that the little kid that was in here just then, just gone across the road. She's gone into Big C, but these little kids, they've been riding bikes with their parents since pretty much since they were 9 months old. So it's just second nature. I've seen a couple of helmets, but not many. And there are kids' helmets, but they grow out of them so quickly. It's just not worth. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's worth wearing a helmet, but yeah, the fact that they grow out of them so quick. And then people aren't willing to make that investment. So you've got to be quick. But you can see there was just another little kid on the front of that motorcycle going by as well. So, and I don't know if being a Sunday people go to the temples, like Sunday's a big thing in the Western culture. I'm not too sure if it's a really big day for going to see the monks in the temples on a Sunday more than any other day of the week. I'm not sure. I will have to find out. A little kid on the back. Look at this. See? No helmet. Just hanging on the back of Dad. There she goes. Look, how old would she be? About 5 years old? Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. I don't know. I've learned a few things about the roads here, especially living here full time when you're amongst it 24/7. The traffic here is merging. It's all about merging slowly, okay? So cars may pull out of side streets and driveways and alleyways without even looking and without even stopping, but they'll do it slowly. They'll always do it slowly, so that if there is a motorcycle coming, the motorcyclists will see them and either slow down or go wide or avoid them. That's on the assumption that the motorcyclist is paying attention. And you know, it's like I don't know, riding a motorbike you'll never forget, and paying attention is just something you just have to do without even thinking about it. You don't so much need eyes in the back of your head, but you certainly need them in the side of your head, and a couple more in front. So yeah, so when you see a car pull out that looks like it's pulling out in front of you, you know that it's not going to stop, but you can time yourself through your experience riding a motorbike to decide whether you're going to slow down or go round it. All right, with also taking into account all the other traffic around, okay? Because it's okay, it's all right if you don't want to suddenly, or you don't suddenly do anything. Suddenly is not a word you want to use here to describe anything. You take your time and you do things, merge. You just merge is the word, all right? Look at that little girl just standing on the back behind her father, between her father and mother on that motorbike. Yeah, you do things slowly, and that seems to work. It seems to work, you know. Well, you know, there's another little kid in the middle there. I hope you're seeing them. They're not going past too quickly. It'd be nice to be able to get an angle where you're sitting a little bit further, closer to the road, where you can look a bit more up the street and see bikes either coming or as they pass go, and you can see. Yeah, but it's certainly a different world. Another thing you'll notice here, unlike other Asian countries, that's good, about 5, all right, is that you won't hear any horns. All right, none of the cars, none of the motorbikes out there are beeping their horns at all. Very, very rare thing to hear. Unlike, for example, India, where that horn button is what keeps the bike going for some reason, they think. Just constantly on the horns. Here, you won't hear them. You won't hear horns at all. It's only if you do something really stupid, and you know, or for what a horn is for, and that is warning of something, you'll hear a horn. But otherwise, see, here's this little girl here. So she's getting up on the bike. She's going to sit in the front this time, it looks like. There we go. So, there we go. There we go, look at that. Off they go. And they've got these little fold-out seats off the front that fold out, and the little kids can just sit on the seats in the front there instead of standing there. Yeah, amazing. There's that little kid over the road there too. He's going to hop on the bike with his mum. I don't think that the helmet's in the way a little bit there. There you go, he's hopped on the front there. He's just going to stand there. There's no seat for him. They hold on to the mirrors, the rear view mirrors. Right, putting his sunglasses on. There he comes, look at this. Hey, look at him, looking cool in his sunglasses. With his lolly from the convenience store. He's singing. See? No helmet. No helmet. There we go. There he goes. It's quite an amazing sight, isn't it? So, yeah. Lots of kids around here. Lots and lots of kids around here. Yeah. Something else I don't. We'll finish up the stream here pretty shortly. But something else I don't notice very often here: prams or strollers. I don't know what you guys call it. But yeah, the sunglasses. But yeah, you don't see babies in prams or strollers. They'd rather just carry, the mothers just carry them. They have like a papoose sort of sling, and they have the babies either slung on their side or on their front. So yeah, you won't find strollers, and makes sense really. I mean, the footpaths, pavements here are dangerous enough to walk along, let alone trying to push a stroller. You know, yeah, you can't push a stroller along the streets here. You know, or the footpaths, it'd be just crazy. So yeah, I guess they don't do that. Anyway, everybody who's watching, I know Gil is watching, and probably the only one. That's okay. People watching will watch the replay. I will do a stream in about 2 days. What are the scooters with the tent on them? Yeah, well, that's just an extra thing you can buy in case it's raining. They fit them on the scooters so you can stay dry. It's a good idea, eh? Most of the scooters here, a lot of them are Hondas. Honda's popular here. Over there's a Scoopy, it's called. That girl's on a Honda Scoopy. That's a very popular one here. There's Honda Waves. Mine's a Yamaha. Yamaha is also popular. But yeah, you can buy those and fit them on your bike to keep dry. So it solves the problem, you know. You get these little guys driving around with these green bags on the back. They're Grab drivers. They're like your Uber delivery guys. You know, they keep everything in that bag in the back that they're delivering. So, you know, you compare, look at the number of motorbikes to cars on the road. There's not many, is there? Certainly the majority is bikes, for sure. You know, for sure. Oh, it looks like she's getting, I think this might be her first customer of the morning, so that's good. I don't know if anyone's seen her serve anyone else yet. That's pretty cool. So I'd be interested to see. She's weighing up a piece of chicken there. She's got one piece in there. There's 2 pieces of chicken. We'll see what he pays for it. I'm probably looking maybe about, I'd say maybe 40 baht. There's a couple that sit outside the 7-Eleven where I live that have chicken like this. Oh no, it's pork actually. They have pork cut up that you can buy. It's a 30 baht with a bit of rice and some pork. It's really nice. So I can't see how much the weight is, but you know, decent amount. You'll probably get a bit of what they call sticky rice. So it's this really sticky rice that holds together. You just eat it with your fingers. It's really handy to have. So yeah, we'll just see what happens here. I'm just curious to see how much. I can see 20 baht in his hand. I don't know if that's 1 or 2. Pretty much 100% certain he'll get rice with that as well. Yeah, there's quite a bit of chicken in that bag. That's not bad. Carry bag. They don't save on plastic here, I'm afraid. See what I've got on my bag here, you shall see that. Say no to plastic. Oh, well, there we go. I missed that. I think he paid, I think it was 20 baht. I think I saw 120 baht exchange hands there, so less than $1. And he's got his breakfast. We didn't get any rice. But I'm fairly sure in that esky, there'd be these little packets of rice that you could get as well. There you go. So we might come back here in another 2 days and do another stream, or I might go someplace else. Yeah, we'll definitely do a stream. We're coming up to 30 seconds off exactly 1 hour. There's another family going by, probably heading to the temple in the morning. Now they say most of them might be heading to the temple. Just to do their thing with the monks and so forth. So, fantastic. All right, man. I'm going to finish up our stream here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, the usual, like, subscribe and comment. You can even join if you wish to contribute to the channel. That would be fantastic. There's also links in the description to find other ways you can contribute as well, which is really, really helpful to me. And keep an eye out for the notifications of I'll do a surprise pop-up live stream in about 2-3 days time. We'll do this again and try and get this vertical streaming happening. All right, thank you everybody. Now we come back here, there we go. Pay for my breakfast here and hop on my bike and might go for a bit of a long trip to the shopping centre and just explore around a bit, maybe find another coffee shop to do this from. But highly recommend this place. It's in the description below. It will be in the description below of how to get here on Google Maps. Alright, unless you're in Canada like you are there, Gilly. Bit of a long trip. Alright guys, thanks all. Catch us all. Bye for now.